All right, my friends, it is Saturday night, it's August 1st. We've got a little bit of a later night than expected / wanted, so I'm gonna speed run this and try not to cut any corners. Right now it's 9:53. I'm wrapping up doing my final daily non-negotiables and inbox clearance with a nice thing of milk that I got at Target today. Now, you might be wondering, like, bro, actually probably no one's wondering that's watching this video, but I don't typically go to Target. I was gonna say, you might be wondering, Danny, why'd you go to Target? You never go to Target, you always get your stuff delivered to save time. Well, tonight, I was working on our new studio revamp in here. So this is like much clearer than it was before. So we have, the room is pretty much primed for a couple key builds. You'll see a couple things over there, and we're going in and ordering a bunch of stuff tonight. But basically this is gonna turn into a green screen room. So there'll be a standing desk right in the middle, green screen in the back. Lights will be mounted up on the corners over here. That way the room can still be pretty spacious. We can put the table like in the middle. We'll have to order some other lights to go reflect against the green screen. I've been learning a little bit more about lighting as of recent. And then we've got our pull-out couch right here so we can still host guests without them being uncomfortable. That was some much needed organization of that room and the closets and stuff as well. I ended up throwing out a lot of junk that is no longer of any sort of need or use and like wouldn't be useful to anybody. Cleaned out the closet that's outside as well. Put a bunch more stuff in there, so like the apartment is much more clean as a whole than it's ever been, with the goal of setting up that studio. Now, today was a really huge day overall. Normally I'd be pretty upset if I was up this late when I wasn't supposed to be, because then I'd be losing out on sleep. However, we made a ton of progress on the Professor Danny brand right here. So this is me getting back on Instagram after over a year of not posting. Now, I'm gonna say this in a way, it's gonna sound like bragging or shitty, but I literally try, but I don't intend it to be. I just intend to state it as a fact. I tried on Instagram for 3 months. And when I say try, I mean I really like properly tried. Like, it was the main focus. We were posting 4 times a day, mutating stuff on trial reels. It was February, March, April 2025. And with those 3 months of trying, we went from 900 followers to 100,000 followers. And I say 3 months of trying, it took us till July to get to 100K, but I pretty much stopped posting at the end of March. So it was really like a month and a half. It was really like middle of February, started February 14th, and then March. So I'm ready to get back on the horse. Not at that level. I mean, it was consuming my entire life, to be fair. But I do want to get back on the horse and really start trying again on social. So today was put together our editor listing, listed across a bunch of platforms, post in the school groups that I have, reach out to the editor contacts that I have, and see if we can get some placements. And we've got some really good leads on that. So that was from 6:45 to 11:45. Basically built the applicant tracking system for the editors, did the listing and the posting. That was from 6:45 to 11:45. Then from 11:45 to 3, I was doing my first content ideas. So just doing some like competitor research, content ideas, making stuff my own. Checked inbox at 3, cleared that. And then from 3:15 to 5:30, I was finalizing the editor recruitment. So like what I was looking for in an editor to send out to a couple of the recruiters that we're in touch with, and then finalizing the ideas, adding them to the pipeline, and setting those scripts up with time that I would be actually scripting those throughout the week. So put time on the board to script, and then finalize those ideas. So that was from 3:15 to 5:30. So really the ideas were like 12 to 5, essentially, 12 to 5:30. So like 2 5-hour blocks back to back, 6:45 to 11:45, and then 12 to 5:30 with an inbox break in the middle. Called my mom as well today, which always adds extra points today. It's always so good talking to her. Called her from 5:30 to 6:15, and then was setting up the studio from 6:15 to 9:30, which included a Target run, lots of cleaning and moving stuff around. And then I've got a handyman coming over to build the green screen and like 6 other things for the studio on Tuesday while I take my calls. And then I've got the cleaners coming in on Thursday, so I don't have to like clean up after any of this. I don't have to I did all of the work that I was going to do on that studio today, and it was about 3 hours. I think it was good use of time. All the stuff is in the right spots. The room is primed. I'm actually just going to, speaking of prime, I'm actually going to Amazon a bunch of stuff tonight. That way we can get it as early as possible, potentially even tomorrow. That way we don't miss out on anything for Tuesday. So I'm going to order all that stuff, answer all of my inbox, and then I'm going to go to bed. Unfortunately, a little bit later than we wanted to, but we'll be up early tomorrow, go for a run, and then tomorrow is all about staying organized and prepping for the week. So I'll give you the update on how that goes. Then I'll see you tomorrow.